Welcome back, watch fans. We got an amazing episode for you today. We got a couple things actually. What are we doing tonight? We got the Grifter update. We're going to be talking about Don Corleone, Il Duce di Ciomostan, Breguet, BMW and Breguet, the duo of losers, and we're going to see what the Illuminati member Bill Sanders has to say about getting watch market bargains, how to find bargains in watches. Hang on a second. Let me just pull this up. And let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Watch market bargain. Market bargains. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's almost ready. Scroll. There we go. This is the topics for tonight. All right, let's start off with our good friend Bill Sanders talking about the Rolex marketing genius. And by the way, what I appreciate about Bill Sanders, I mean, this guy is like really, I think he's kind of the he's like a Renaissance man. I mean, this is, you got the Grifter of Venice, who's like a wannabe, a fugazi. This guy's like the real deal. This guy's like, he's written like very successful books. He's was a pilot for many years. He had my favorite car, the Rolls-Royce Silver Spur that he drove cross country. This guy has done a lot of very interesting things, and he's got very interesting taste in watches. It's a little bit quirky. I mean, like, look, you could see the way the guy dresses. Obviously, he's a member of the Illuminati, right? He, for some reason, he was wearing these colored stickers on his sweaters a while back, and I never understood what those colored stickers were, and I asked a bunch of times, and he got very annoyed on his streams. I don't think he understands my sense of humor. Maybe it's not a sense of humor, but yeah, he had these weird colored stickers you would put on his sweaters during the live streams. So I assume it must be like some sort of Illuminati type of thing. But this guy's got very interesting taste in watches, mostly complications. He's got like an angle for looking for bargains in like finding great movements. That's his thing, right? The movement. He's a movement guy. He's not about. I don't think he really cares about the dial. He's got no taste basically, but movements. That's his thing, right? He's into the mechanics of it, right? So let's see what he's got to say.
Part of my lighting system. Let me show you guys something I got. I don't know if any of you are subscribers.
So listen, this is a cultured man. He subscribes to the New Yorker, which is a great magazine. I haven't seen it in a long time. I had a subscription, but then I stopped paying. But it's long form journalism. Hang on one moment. There we go. These live streams are hard. We gotta get the donations coming in here to pay for these things. All right, so Bill Sanders, let's see what he's gonna be talking about Rolex right now. This is a genius, by the way.
I've been a subscriber to the New Yorker for years. Hi, Alex, 9/11. And to me, it's got some of the best writing anywhere. And so he's got the
100th anniversary. It's a 100-year anniversary. They do a special
issue. On the inside front covers of all.
So they're doing a special anniversary issue, and this is a 100-year anniversary, and they got 3 front covers. And guess who's advertising? Who's advertising on the inside front covers?
All 3 covers is an ad for Rolex.
Rolex.
Okay, again, so what?
But here's the thing. What he doesn't mention, because he's a boukiak, is look at the type of ad it is. This is the classic Rolex ad. This is my favorite type of Rolex ad, which is the long copy, the Rolex long copy ad.
Here's what was interesting. On the first one, they have something.
Okay, so, this is the classic Rolex ad where, it's not like they just have a headline and they get some stupid celebrity. No. They got to write a story. They sell you a story. And this is the type of thing they've been doing, for the last, 70 years, right? They write a story about what makes the watch unique and what kind of person wears this watch. It's the old classic ads, like, about the president's watch and, the pilot watch and, the explore, the adventurers and, mountain climbers. They're selling you they're selling you a crate of tomatoes. That's what they're doing. But this is great. So here's what you got to realize. So the New Yorker really, that appeals to kind of, intellectuals. Kind of upscale. It's an upscale magazine. It's a good demographic. And it's not a new money demographic. It's not like a flashy new money crowd. It's a more of I would say mature. It's kind of like Bill. This guy is basically their audience. But I think their audience might be dying. The New Yorker. But yeah, so that's basically, it's guys like Bill. The peak of the New Yorker was really, I think the 70s and the 80s, maybe the 1980s, I would say, was probably the peak. That's when they really had their major audience, which was the boomers, right? But these are the great ads.
Something about the gears and so forth. On the second inside cover, they have
okay, so they got 3 ads back to back on each cover. And they're all about focusing on a unique aspect of the, whatever, like their the parachrome hairspring. I don't even know what that is. I don't really care, but they tell you a story, right? But they have, so this is what they're doing. This is actually very clever, because what Rolex now is doing, because they're trying to appeal to this kind of more sophisticated market, which is going to see beyond, like, having, I don't know, like Beyonce or Jay-Z, wearing the watch, who is doing that? Who is using Jay-Z? Oh, it was I think it was Tiffany, actually. Was it Tiffany? Which is really kind of like tacky, but that's who Tiffany had as their brand ambassador. What Rolex is doing is they're actually selling you a story. So they're appealing to the intellectual, and they're making it sound like, wow, there's a lot of substance. They're trying to sell you on the substance of the watch. So it's very clever, very clever. We got the Bogan. We got the Bogan of Vegas. I'm waiting for Trump to deport this guy. We got to get rid of these Australian cinema back to Chomostan, Bukiakistan, and Kukistan. But this is for him. This is for you, actually. Aussie expat watches. This is about Rolex, and Bill Sanders is explaining the market. This is how Rolex gets Bogans to buy. Well, actually, not the Bogans, but this is Rolex's pivot to the intelligentsia,
Their perpetual, their parachrome.
To get the Bogans, basically, you got to have a celebrity on just a picture of a celebrity with a watch, and that's enough, right? But when you're appealing to the more intellectual type crowd, you got to give them the real details and sell them the Roma. It's the same grift. It's the same grift, just different approach. It's the same scam that Rolex is always doing, just different.
From hairspring. And they have a big write-up about it.
And by the way, the write-ups they have, beautiful. They do beautiful, beautiful copy. They've always done amazing ads.
Starting with, this is what our parachrome hairspring looks like. Of all of the things they could have written about their watch, is waterproof, among other things. And then on the third inside cover, they have,
what it is. The genius of this is basically it's designed to like make it. I'm trying to see if I can articulate this as well as possible. It's kind of like a takeaway sale. They're not showing you a picture of the watch. They're showing you, okay, this is the hairspring. This is this. All of a sudden, it really. Well, actually, look, the truth is they do deserve credit for some of their, technological advancements and all that. And I understand what they're doing, but by focusing on that and not the face value of the watch, they're giving it that substance, and they're making these tomato cans, they're making them seem like, oh, they're informed. It's like, listen, this is the type of ad designed for like a Chomo Stanny, like a guy like O'Cuck, we got Elle McPherson. Who the fuck is Elle McPherson? One is forever on Rolex. Does that? I mean, I know she was a model. I mean, who knows? Nobody knows who Ellen McPherson is. This is like 50 years ago. I mean, I know she was a model, but nobody in this audience knows. People who are watching this, they're like 30 years old. They don't know who Ellen McPherson was. It's like somebody's grandmother, you know? Listen, why don't you send some money? We don't do this shit for free. Look, it costs millions of dollars a month to run this channel, okay? And, we rely on donations from viewers like you. It's not, we don't do this shit for free, All right, so watch this.
Something about their flattened bezel. They're fluted. They're fluted.
Okay. So basically, the long this is designed to appeal to like a bukiak, like the okuk, like the original okuk from the Kukistani, Chomostani channels, the grifter. A guy like that is like kind of like a pseudo intellectual. He's basically like a lightweight, like a lightweight groomer, pedo vibes guy, a grown man who wears size 7 Skechers. I mean, look, you got a guy who wears size 7 Skechers, who wears jackets with built-in pocket squares, and who collects Disney castles, right? And who's like, all over the watch streams. He's on every watch stream. He wants to, because he's like a marketing guy, right? He's like a lightweight marketing guy. He wants to position himself as like a knowledgeable, informed, in the know. And these types of ads are like catnip to these guys. This is how you get these guys, because you give them a little bit of fact, and then this is what they talk about. Oh, the parachrome hairspray. Oh, it's like Bobby Google, the Pillsbury Doughboy, the Taliban Bear, the whole deal. But anyway, this is what Rolex is doing here. All kidding aside, this is actually brilliant. What they're doing in terms of how they're expanding into new markets, right? Like the New Yorker really is, I mean, they've always had Rolex ads. Right? Actually, as far as I remember. Although I think today maybe people would think, oh, it's kind of like a gauche, nouveau riche brand or whatever, But no, what they're doing is they're trying to sell you on the substance. So that's very smart. Okay, let's see what Bill Sanders has to say about how do you find watch bargains. Okay. This is actually interesting.
This is not a new idea. Good days begin with great sleep.
Look at this.
And most
Sort of the key to sharing it. Now, right here, it says you have the, let's see if you guys can see it.
This is too intellectual for most people. I'll get to the bottom line. Listen, Bill Sanders is into the movement, right? What he does is he does like an arbitrage, right? So he looks for a good movement, right? He looks like a good movement. And I'm not talking about your bowel movement, okay? I'm talking about the watch movement. And then he sees what watch, because this guy is really backwards, right? He's not looking for like a watch. Yeah, exactly. He's not looking for a watch that's, that's a good, good looking watch. He wants to find this movement, right? And what he does then is he looks for the cheapest watch that has that movement. So he goes on this site. Where does he go? Watch base movement. So the JLC movement, and okay, Patek uses this. Vacheron, Audemars Piguet. I think this is the same movement I have right now. Like literally, I'm wearing this right now. If I'm not mistaken, this is the this is for the owl. The owl. I think that's what this does, right? Yeah, but this is what this guy's doing basically. He's a movement freak, movement arbitrageur. Okay, so I don't want to Ralph Lauren. This is the thing that bothers me. He's so into the movement, like he'll buy a shitter watch because he thinks it was. I mean, whatever. It's too fucking weird. But we'll get to the good part
here. But the way to look at an ad is what else do they tell you that was not intended for them to tell you? But that thing with the parachrome hairspring, why are they doing that? Well, maybe that's
right. What? So he's analyzing why is Rolex, pushing this parachrome hairspring narrative, the parachrome hairspring narrative, and what is up with this outfit? What is up with this outfit? He's got the cap he's wearing indoors. With like multiple patch work, whatever. I don't know what you call it, but it's got multiple, what do you call it? Multiple like patchwork of whatever the fuck you call it. Anyway, this he's got the sweater with the shirt. Like, I don't know where he buys this. This is like this. Who the fuck sells these clothes? It's like it's not cheap, by the way. It's not. I'm trying to think. What's the guy? Who's the brand that probably buys from, like, not LL Bean, but what the hell is it? Paul Stewart or something. Like, it's like it's like Paul Stewart, I think, or one of these weird brands. Not Paul. No, I actually don't know. He actually has a certain style. I get it. I'm not gonna knock his style. It works for him. It's a thing. He's like the professor man, whatever. That's the vibe,
Something that they recognize that maybe people don't like the idea. They'll run out and get a smartwatch if we're advertising silicon. Oh, Abdul, they are spending from their saved F1 marketing budget and the LVMH taking my Vacheron Constantin Easter Weeks America in 1921 during the Asian watch crisis, when China clamped down on bringing watches into China. So Vacheron Constantin, a whole bunch of other companies had been making a lot of watches with the intention of selling them in China. So what happened after the crackdown, a whole bunch of them came shipped back to the US, and that was when I got mine, and they had knocked off $10,000. That was, to me, it seemed like it was a brand new, and I still have it. So again, you're looking. It's sort of rather than looking at the picture, you're looking at all of the details and what they might be doing, what's going on those things. Anyway, so let's hear some good things that you guys have. How you doing, James Gary Hill from?
By the way, so I don't know why, but Bill Sanders, I think he banned me from his channel. I think I'm banned. I'm banned from all the channels, by the way. That's right. The Watch Reporter is banned from officially from like literally every channel. I think from the Archieverse to this guy. I think the only guys who have not banned me is the live streams, ironically, for the for what is it, the Tim Masso live stream. I do some trolling over there. I haven't been banned. And also European Watch Company. I haven't been on there for a while, but I like to troll those guys. For some reason, they haven't banned me yet. I don't know. They haven't figured things out. I guess these people are a little bit slow. But, these watch, you know what it is? I think these watch grifters, they're so, they're worried about somebody else, like stealing the leads. They're worried about somebody stealing the leads. And, that's what it is. They're they see, they're afraid. They're afraid. They see this channel, they're afraid of the competition right away. I think that's what happens. So speaking of grifters, let's go to the Curly verse. So this is interesting, right? So this guy does a stream. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, Curly. And by the way, I find both Curly, Don Corleone, and also what's his name, and Sanders. I actually find them entertaining. I think Curly's more entertaining, but this guy does a stream for 7 hours. The weird thing about this Don Corleone, Il Duce di Chomostan, is he's got this creepy obsession. I mean, it's kind of weird, this obsession with the grifter of Venice, and also the Ukrainian grifter, Artem Pizdets, right? I mean, this is a fucking grown man. This is a grown man who does 7-hour and 8-hour streams a couple times a week, focusing on, another dude. I mean, there's an obsession. It's like a creepy groomer obsession with the grifter of Venice and what's his name? Now, so this is it's. I don't know who watches this shit for 7 hours. I liked, since he's gone to this new format, I'm glad he got rid of that Mookie, that Mooch bum Mookie. It was very boring. This Mookie, I don't know what the fuck with this Mookie. That was so fucking lame. Curly, this guy really, he could have been a great radio DJ, right? Because, if you look at these guys who are in radio, the guys who made big money in radio, they're always like fat and ugly guys. Every guy who's successful in radio is usually fat, ugly, but they can talk for hours. It's like Rush Limbaugh. Who else was there? Howard Stern. All those disc jockeys, whatever, right? They can talk for hours about nonsense, and they're usually like really, they got literally a face for radio, right? They got a face for radio. And listen, I don't know how this guy does it. I don't know how he stays interested in this. Like I talk about the Grifter of Venice one time. I'm done. I might come back, whatever. Every night, this guy is focused on the Grifter of Venice and Artem Pizdet. It's like, and there's like a weird homoerotic thing going on there. And then he's got the Okuk coming on there, and he's trying to groom, twinks for the Geneva show. It's a whole weird thing. But he's got this thing here, which is actually what I like to do is I like to go on this channel, right, and just skip through some parts, and I can usually pick up like 15 minutes of good content in there. And he's got good point. The guy's entertaining. I'm telling you, he's the most entertaining guy in the streams, even more than this channel. Anyway, so he's doing a show about, I guess, the Bukyak of. I love. He does these AI things. Whatever. Okay, so he's doing. I think he's reviewing. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're doing a live stream of another grifter's live stream about another. This is like a 3 grifter live stream. Do you understand what's going on? This is how deep this is. We're creating content by, grabbing some other Bukyak's content. Hang on a second. Let me do playback speed. There we go. And this is great.
Subscribe to the franchise club as I have another drink.
That's right,
Shake
boys.
my little tush on
Let's
the
focus
catwalk.
group in the biz.
Okay.
No, I actually like that.
Okay. So basically, so they start off here. I think he's I don't know. I guess he's doing a thing where he was shit. This must be a couple of years ago,
I
right?
didn't know
That's a code 1159. So that's the
Mo, have I learned something? Is this what's considered a fume dial?
So you got the Grifter of Venice. This must have been like 3 years ago, I think, when he was doing the Strems, and apparently what's his name, Don Corleone is saying this is when he was at his prime before he got lazy and and started spruiking shitter watches from China and relying on super chats to pay the rent, right? And then you get this Toyota. We got a bunch of tomato cans on the panel. You got you got the club foot. You got some tomato can, and you got some other randos. Hang on, watch this.
it actually is. But this is the watch that you have to buy.
I have a question. Oh, it's awesome. Sorry.
So take
So
Ooh, look at that look.
when he's doing these videos in Venice, do you think that he actually did the academic work on the places, or he just took the free tours enough time to generate his script?
I think he picks shit up. I mean, I think he really, especially when you're living there, you're going to wonder oh, what the hell is this building? So you might read up on it. I think he really.
This is his better work. Almost 3 years gone. This is good work.
I gotta say, he does care and like this, Venice. He really cares about the place.
Okay, so you believe? See, I wasn't sure about that. You actually
Direction from, say, a writer.
Oh, so I guess they're talking about the Grifter of Venice is walking around, and I guess he's talking about the highlights of different buildings, whatever. Which is okay. Hey, you get the book, the guy, the Venice guy, everything is in there, right? I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure, and he's. I don't know. Listen, I know. I don't do that as much anymore. But whenever I go to a city, I'd always get the book. I'd go through. I'd read the different things. There was a book called. I remember there was a really good guidebook. These days everything is on the internet. You don't have to use these books. I remember the first time. I was going to Europe and they didn't have iPhones. You had a map. You had to figure out how to use a map. Okay, you had a map, and you'd be walking around, looking at your map, trying to get, and you'd see all these people like zombies walking around with their maps hunched over their maps. This was going on up until I think probably 2012. Until GPS got good, right? And now everybody's got GPS. It tells them where to go, blah, blah, blah. But before, you had maps, and you get the guidebook, which tells you, hey, these are the things you see. I remember there was a great book I got before I first went to Rome. I think it was called Hidden Rome. That's what it was, Hidden Rome. It was like a very intellectual thing. It was I do all these these different people, like artists, different, high-end people who wrote this is my favorite thing in Rome, whatever. And it was actually very good. It was really good stuff. It gave you different interesting things. I bet this guy probably he gets a version of that book, a hidden Venice. I mean, I think they have a version of that now. But now, yeah, no more maps. Nobody needs a map. And shit, and it's a pleasure because I remember Venice. You can really get lost because you have without GPS, because there's no everything. You can't really see. You can't see the horizon. You can't see the horizon. It's like a very everything is right. What am I explaining it right? Yeah, I mean, you can't see the sky. In other words, all the buildings are right in your face. They're all whatever 4 stories. But you have these like little alleys or whatever, and they all go around. They're random. It's not centralized, and you can't see. You have no reference point. There's no reference point, so you can. I remember when I had the map. I remember one time I spent half an hour going around a block because I couldn't. This map was, and I'm really good at reading maps, but this map was like. It wasn't clear. This little street. It was on the which side of Venice? It was on the on the other side of, not the Piazza San Marco, the other side where the other place is. But it was it was like this little thing, and I was going around, and so thank God for GPS. But anyway, so they're talking about this Bukiak. He's I guess he's doing the Venice grift, and wait, it gets good. Okay.
Who could give him a script? I mean, that's great if you're.
So they're talking about how the high production values. He had a really good production values, then he got lazy. This is I guess Curly is very upset that he's not. I don't know. I guess Curly is. Something is weird. There's a weird thing. I guess he's upset that he's not getting good entertainment value from the grifter of Venice, or who knows what's going on.
Nice photography, and he's a drinker. Christopher Negroni.
Whoa! Shout out to fucking Negroni. Shout out to Negroni. And why does Ush love it so much? Because he's a drinker and his last name is a drink.
I don't know if Negroni is his real last name. If it is, it's a pretty cool last name. But
Oh, okay. Oh, this is okay. So this guy, now I haven't seen this thing yet, but this guy apparently, so I guess he's asked who is his favorite YouTuber or live stream, and he mentions this guy. I think he's got a watch channel, so he's a bartender. I don't know. Something's going on. So you got this Bukiak with the, he's got the tattoos. Well, I mean, listen, what's with these tattoos? With the arm is the full tattoos on the, what do you call it? The sleeve. I mean, listen, I've said this before. The only people who could have tattoos are either you've been in a legitimate gang like the Yakuza, the Bloods, the Crips, whatever, like a real gang, right? Maybe a motorcycle gang, okay, like Curly. I don't know, Curly's not but he's got these Fugazi tattoos. Okay, so either you've been in a gang, okay, in the Navy, Marines, whatever, armed forces, that type of thing, okay, because I don't know, they go overseas. It's a traditional thing. You're in the Navy, you go to a port, you get tattoos, you get whores, whatever. It's a thing. It's a tradition for hundreds of years. I think it's actually they did it in the Navy really as a way to, probably sailors got these tattoos in case they drowned. And this way at least you could identify the body, right? So I think a lot of these military guys probably get the tattoos. That's part of the thing. Probably it's like, hey, guy gets blown up, at least they'll see his whatever it is. So, but you got all these millennials with their tattoos. They're like wannabe. Everybody's trying to be authentic they're so creative and they're so like unique. I mean, they're all unique. All these guys are unique. Everybody in America is unique with the fucking tattoos. They all got the fucking T-shirt, the bukiak, the baseball cap indoors. So what is he doing here?
But his channel is really cool. His editing is excellent, and I think one thing I love about his vibe is.
Oh my God, the fucking tattoo. This guy Bart is. I think he's got to be a bartender, right? This is like the bartender look, right? Every fucking bartender now they got, or chef. Like anybody who's in like the chef. What's with these chefs? They all have to have the tattoos, like that makes them creative or something. I don't get it. It's like all these fucking chefs. They all have to have a tattoos and the beard now, the beards. I don't want to have by the way, I don't want to have a chef with a beard because I don't want his fucking beard hairs falling into my food. You know what I'm saying?
He kind of goes after the vibe of what it's like to have the watch on, rather than staring at the watch itself. He'll do, footage of him making.
Again, this guy is, he's a bartender, right? He's like a bartender making fucking drinks. And he's wearing the Bukyakistan Bukyakistan watches, the black Submariner. Yeah, the typical non. I mean, okay, let me see this guy. I'm gonna give you a quick review of this guy's collection right now. Let me give you. So this is his favorite YouTube channel. Wait, he's saying. Wait. Oh shit! Look what happened. I'm skipping it. Oh. What happened here? What happened? Did I lose this thing? Oh man, did we lose? We lose the thing. This Negroni. We're talking about this guy Negroni with the Bukyak watches. Hang on a second. Wow, shit! Look at this. We got to get a producer here.
Plaza and all that stuff. That just becomes window dressing. Strange is,
we all know it's bullshit, but we're
fuck, it takes him a long time to answer a question, Mo.
He knows that's a juicy question. He knows it's a juicy question. People are pretty much there to kind of.
They want the juice, man.
Yep. All right, I think I fixed it.
Oh, there we go. We got good audio too. Oh, I have an audio guy in the control room that get that up there.
Actually, I think what's brilliant. Okay, I think what made this guy really good on YouTube is you got all these tomato cans out there. They're watching YouTube, and this Bukyak walks around Venice. He goes to, by the way, you got some beautiful buildings in Venice. You got high production value, right? You got, incredible interiors in these palazzos, and it's free pretty much. I mean, you can walk into a church, whatever, for free, right? Or €5 maybe it costs in some places these days. And you shoot the thing, and everybody thinks, wow, this guy must be cultured and sophisticated. And he's got the music. He puts on the musical soundtrack, and and he's got the. By the way, the camera work is. I would say, listen, here's the thing. Everybody says, oh, this guy's so fucking talented, this, that. Now, believe it or not, I had to, at one point in my career, I was involved in the production. I mean, not movies, but, I dealt with a lot of these guys, right? But because my I was on a budget, right? So I was dealing with guys who were like, let's just say burnouts, right? They might have been like B-list type of guys or C-list Hollywood guys, and then they become D-list guys, right? Something happens. You see this a lot, like in Hollywood, like they're, some of these guys, they hit a wall, and then that's it. It's all over. So I was dealing with a lot of these type of guys, right? Whether it was like editors, production, whatever, right? And so I have an understanding of like what makes A, B, and C grade quality, right? Production, right? So basically, these guys think that this Grifter Venice is like some sort of like genius of creative genius. He's basically, I would say, look, by Hollywood standards, meaning like Hollywood, like LA or New York film industry standards, this guy would be like a C-lister, a C- lister, right? There's a bunch of these C-list guys, right? So in other words, they do some basic, they do some basic shots. It's this guy's thing is a lot of this. What is it? Atmosphere. The one thing he's got, which is really good, is he's a great storyteller. Meaning the narration, right? He's got this great voice. The delivery is excellent. The delivery is excellent with that accent, the Irish accent. The Irish are natural storytellers. It's sort of like a gift, right? The Irish know how to tell stories like the Japanese know how to make miniature radios, right? So it's part of the DNA. And but the production value is really like C-list type stuff. I'm actually surprised that these guys think that this guy is like some sort of creative genius. Listen, if this guy was in LA, right? He'd basically be doing like post-production on, low, mid-tier. No, I would say higher end porn videos. Higher end, like I don't know, is Vivid still around? Vivid, Vivid. But there was a couple of these porn studios back then in the late '90s, early 2000s that they did. It was like a movie, like in theory, there was a premise, before the action started, the main action. And they would hire basically guys who couldn't hack it in they wouldn't get hired. They couldn't get a real job. But for the porn world, they were really good, right? So, and this is the type of work that they would do. This type of nonsense, with the music, this and that. There was a guy. I think there was one guy who was very famous, but they were not. It wasn't commercially successful, right? Because what people want is they don't want the story. They want to get to the action, right? This is the thing that's the problem. So here we go. So let me go back to this over here. So, but anyways, back to this. Okay, this is great. Okay, so so talking about this guy Negroni, right? Hang on. Okay, so this is the Grifter of Venice's favorite watch channel again, because this guy's a bartender. He's making drinks.
His channel is really cool. His editing is excellent.
This guy must be some sort of like what do you call it? Hipster, with the tattoos. He's got the skull in the background.
And I think one thing I love about his,
they all got the same fucking setup. He's got fucking a Cartier tank peasant watch. I mean, not even a peasant watch. I mean, the Cartier steel tank. I don't know, with the tattoo thing, it doesn't really work. It's kind of like I don't get that. I don't get that. I mean, I get the Rolex thing, whatever, but
it is kind of goes after the vibe of what it's like.
What the fuck is that? I mean, this is a piece of shit. Really, this is a piece of shit. I'd rather get a $2,000 Cartier tank. One of those Cartier tank Galbet, whatever it is, right? Yeah.
Have the watch on, rather than staring at the watch itself, he'll do footage of him making a Negroni or making coffee in the morning.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Okay. Okay. There we go. This. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Guys,
his channel is really cool. His editing is excellent. And I think one thing I love about his vibe is he kind of goes after the vibe of what it's like to have the watch on, rather than staring at the watch itself. He'll do footage of him making a Negroni.
Okay. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? So you got this Bukiak, right? This Bukiak, again, he's like a fucking every Williamsburg bartender, 10 years ago. I don't know what they're wearing now, but again, now he's wearing the Carhartt. He's wearing a ski hat indoors. Ski hat indoors. Why is a guy wearing a ski hat indoors, right? Somebody needs to explain to me. Is it cold? Is it cold in his apartment? Is it cold in there, right? Is it that cold that he's got to wear a cap indoors? A wool cap, right? And if it's so cold, why is he wearing a t-shirt? Right? Again, it's all these fucking guys with the t-shirts, the dirty t-shirt, with the fucking jism stains on it. He's got the cap. He's got this black submariner. And then he's got that skull in the background. He's moved the skull to another position on the back of the kitchen counter. What is the point of the skull there? I don't know. Whatever, right? But he's got the Campari. He's got the, he's making cocktails. This guy's probably like a decent bartender. Look. He's got the tableau. He's got the tableau set up with the oranges. No, it's or as Curly calls it, setting the table. But this is what they call it. Tableau is a paint. No, they call this the no, there's a tableau. I guess it is what is the what's the setup? It's called it's anyway. This is what's going on in Bukiakistan.
Or making coffee in the morning, or driving his car, and the watch is just on. The watch is his companion. It gives you a much.
The companion. You know what? I remember hearing this on these fucking watch channels. I remember seeing this on all these fucking watch channels. These guys go, "Oh yeah, the watch is a companion. My companion." It's like, what is it? Your imaginary friend? The fucking watch is your imaginary friend. So again, this is like again your typical Bukiak. He's wearing the black submariner with the with the bullshit tattoos. He's got the bullshit tattoos, the wool cap indoors, the Carhartt cap, the t-shirts, and the usual the usual black submariner, which is every Bukiak wears, right? And apparently, we're about to find out. We're about to find out some incredible insight. Get ready for this. Watch this.
It's more natural vibe about what it's like to have a beautiful watch on as you go about your day.
So what he's doing is he's looking at the similarities between Negroni and the way he shoots his videos and the way Oshin does. I mean, like a proud daddy watching his kid catch his first fish. By the way, I did drop the link to Negroni's channel, and I think guys, I mean, yeah, he this is from 2.5 years ago, so I was actually quite surprised. Negroni has a great screen presence, and his content is really.
Oh, looks like there's a new grooming target. A new grooming target for Don Corleone, il Duce di Chomostan. So Chomostan, they're trying to get new citizens into Chomostan, right? They're opening up the gates and they're trying to get new migrants into Chomostan. They try to get Watch Nicholas. They try to get Who they try to get? They try to groom Kessler, but Curly's always grooming, right? He tried to groom Uzi. I think Don Corleone has a preference. Listen, all these groomers, these Bukiakistan and Chomostanis, they got certain preferences, right? Like, listen, some guys like Asian girls, redheads, blondes, and these groomers like a certain type, like the Okuk likes twinks. The Okuk likes Asian and Latino twinks, and Don Corleone, he likes the more like butch type of the tattoos, the blue collar, a little more rough around the edges, so that they could ride their. He's looking for a guy that they could go, camping with, for gay activities in the camping, with the riding the Harleys together. With the assless leather chaps, the leather vests, the cock rings. That's the Curly vibe, right? That's what Don Corleone is looking for. That's right, Don Corleone. That's his thing. So he's grooming this guy. This guy looks like that vibe. He's got the tattoos. Now Curly, big tattoo aficionado. He's got some fucking weird tattoos all over his hands. This guy Curly's like about 70 years old, right? This guy's 70 years old. What is he doing with tattoos on his hands? Like literally on his fingers, he's got like these jailhouse tattoos of like, what is he thinking? He was, as far as I know, he was never in a gang. I mean, he's got a Harley. I think he's got a Harley, right? He rides a motorcycle, but he was never in a biker gang. He's never been in the military. I think he's only been in jail for like a couple of days. I think he was locked up for, I don't know, bestiality or something, but apparently he was locked up for a couple of days. But he wasn't in prison long enough to get tattoos, right? To get the prison tattoos. But I think he's going for that look. I guess it's the look you want. It's part of that. There's a lot of these in the homosexual community. There's a lot of subgenres, right? Like you got your twinks, your bears, your what else? This the Donald Duck. You got your there's a bunch of different subgenres, right? And then you got these guys, right? And then you have these guys who are like, I don't know, like this guy who's the Secretary of the Treasury that Trump hired. This guy apparently is gay. He's married to another guy. I mean, this is shocking. The guy who's the Secretary of the Treasury, he's married to another guy, and they have kids. I don't know where they got these kids from. They bought the kids. I don't know what they did, but here's the thing. The thing that kind of bothers me is the guy doesn't come across gay, right? So he looks like he looks like I think he's like a Southern guy. He's like one of these, Southern gentleman type of guys, and which is, you don't know what's up, right? Listen, I like to be able to pigeonhole people. I'm very, what is the word? Racist. I need to pigeonhole people. I need to put people into categories because it makes it easier for me to organize things, right? So like this guy, I don't know what category to put him in. This guy, Scott Bessent, because, he doesn't come across like he's gay, right? Like he doesn't have that flamboyant thing. He doesn't have the leather daddy thing, the dog trainer thing. He's like, so you don't know what's up. You don't know what's up. So I guess the thing that bothers me is, let's say you're having a conversation like that, right? And all of a sudden, out of the blue, the guy is offering, say, hey, you wanna go fuck, right? And that's the thing, which is you don't expect it. You don't expect it, so it's annoying, right? I don't know if the word is annoying. I mean, actually, it would be flattering, but it's kind of like what is it? It's for me, I gotta have things categorized. I have to have things in categories, right? Shitter watchers, good watch. Same thing with human beings, right? This category, that category, the other category. So this guy, I don't know which category. I don't know. He can't be categorized, right? There we go. Now, the Green Rush. We get the Duke Green Rush. He's actually he's not a baron. This guy has got a special dispensation. He's got a special dispensation that he's not a baron, but he's a major contributor. It's sort of like a guy who's not Catholic, but if you give the church, if you give the Vatican enough money, they're going to make you like some sort of what they call a special a knight. They're going to give you a knight, a special knighthood, Knights of Malta, or some sort of like special order, and you're going to be part of the Illuminati with the bishops, the cardinals. You get like you get special benefits. Like you don't, like if you give enough money to the Vatican, you're going to get access to like everything, right? The grooming and everything else, right? So that's what the Green Rush is. He's not a member of the channel, but because he contributes, he gets this very high level access to the secrets of the Illuminati. So what are we talking about? We're talking about how do we get into the oh yeah. So the grooming is okay. So Curly's basically grooming. Curly's vibe is the butch leather daddy vibe. That's his thing. And apparently this guy, Uzi fits that vibe, right? This guy, the blue collar thing.
Really good. I mean, we'll play a little clip because it touches.
Wait, here's where it gets interesting. Somebody else is trying to groom. Who do you think is now trying to groom this Negroni guy? And I'm very surprised by this.
It's me in a certain way because it's one of the watches that I really like. And he's so, he happened to do
there's
a video on it. But
in the audience.
Yeah, look at the dragon is all proud. He's like, yeah, this guy's definitely.
These guys are going to try to spit roast. They're going to try to spit roast this guy.
Copying my style, which Negroni definitely does not.
And for that reason, I think the channel is very cool, very relaxing, very stylistic.
Look at this bouquet. No, this guy definitely gives. This guy gives off a little bit of that. I don't know. This guy could be. Yeah, something's up with this guy. I think Curly. I think Don Corleone senses. He senses entry point. No pun intended. He senses an entry point here. This guy gives off a little bit of that. Like maybe he could be switched over to the homo side. I think Curly wants to take this guy camping. He's going to invite him for like a motorcycle riding trip on the Harleys. It's going to be like Brokeback Mountain. They're going to do like a Brokeback Mountain vibe in Illinois. By the way, you know who Curly's trying to groom now? He's trying to groom the Pillsbury Doughboy with the Taliban beard. That's right. The Pillsbury Doughboy. On this channel, on the stream, he mentioned the Pillsbury Doughboy multiple times. That he was going to go to Berdine's. He wants to hang out. He wants to hang out with the Pillsbury Doughboy. So I think Don Corleone is trying to get the Pillsbury Doughboy to the House of Sausage. Now, maybe because he's Italian, I think it's a thing because the Pillsbury Doughboy doesn't have that blue collar butch vibe. He doesn't have that leather daddy vibe. He's more of like, I don't know what category the Pillsbury Doughboy. He's not a twink. He's like Pillsbury Doughboy. I don't know which category to put him in. There must be a category in the in the bathhouse world. There's got to be. There's always categories, right? But he's got to be in some sort of category there. But he's apparently the Don Corleone is trying to get into get into the monkey hole. But this guy, I think Curly could probably switch him over, go take him on a camping trip. Next thing you know, they're playing hide the salami. You know what I'm saying? Hide the salami.
I think in a world where we've got far too many of these sales guys, standing around a room lecturing all their staff to the board.
Yeah, this guy gives off a little bit of a gay vibe, frankly.
Their minds, or going to sushi dinners and talking about.
He's trying to compensate too hard. A lot of these guys, like Curly, they put on the tattoos, the whole thing, the tattoos. Hey, I got the cap indoors. They're trying to compensate for the a little bit light in the loafers. It's nothing wrong with that. Listen. Okay, so this is great. So now, speaking of light in the loafers, speaking of light in the size 7 loafers, speaking of light in the size 7 loafers, is you got this Bukyak. Hang on a second. You got the Bukyak, Okak. The Okak has popped out of nowhere. Look at this. And now he's trying to groom Negroni. Look what he's doing. He's saying Negroni's a multifaceted, multi-talented watch collector, BMW collector, family man, fun-loving attitude. Fun-loving attitude. Fun-loving attitude is code for homo action. Fun-loving attitude is code for, these theme parties, sassy theme parties. It's code for, bathhouse parties, themed events. One hell of a great. Okay, so BMW collector, watch BMW collector. Like what the fuck? BMW collector. First of all, for somebody to even have one BMW, is again pure trash. It's like it's like a peasant car. I mean, listen, all you got to know is Archie Luxury drives a BMW 3 Series. That's his, that's his pride and joy, right? A guy who's got no taste, right? I mean, that just goes to show you. I mean, BMW, they leak oil, coolant, cheap leather seating, cheap interiors. Everything about the car is basically cheap. And the people who drive them, they all think that they're fucking race car drivers. They're all very aggressive. They think that they're some sort of, I don't know. They all think they're Mario Andretti. I don't know where this came from. I think it started in the 80s. I think it started in the 80s. I think BMW positioned itself maybe with that convertible 3 Series as like a yuppie car. You remember the yuppies? Does anybody remember the yuppies? And actually, I remember my favorite car, the one my dream car when I was, 10 years old, whatever, was the BMW. I think it was the 645 CSI, if I'm not mistaken. 645. Hang on a second. BMW 645 CSI. 6845. It's the one that Bruce Willis drove in that show Moonlighting. That was the car, 635. Oh my God, that was such a beautiful car. The BMW 635 CSI. When I was 10 years old, this was my dream car. I mean, I thought, wow, when I grow up, I want one of these. All right. And I think the BMWs were actually cool in the 80s. Listen, all these car companies, they all go through cycles. BMW was actually they did some cool cars in the 80s and into the 90s a little bit, right? And then they went downhill in the 2000s. I mean, they were just completely fell apart. But the design, the interiors they were kind of cool. And this was the coolest car. Look at this car. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, who designed this? Bertone. Beautiful car, and then they all went downhill. But that was actually, I'm looking at it now. It doesn't look that good. It doesn't look that impressive now. But that was a cool car in the 80s. And I don't know what the hell happened, but yeah, BMW is basically a these days it's basically a shitter car, right? And for some reason they were so cool back. I don't know what was so cool about it, but yeah, now basically it's a shitter car, and that's this guy Negroni. I guess if he's got 2 of them, that makes him a collector, a BMW collector. I don't know if I'd want to be categorized as a BMW collector. Okay, so he's got more grooming going on here.
Yeah, then I found his watch spot with all his watches.
Everybody else getting crushed. Thousands of people around him. The guy is
Did you see? Even in that big crowd of people, he's standing.
getting crushed.
Oh, there's the one-eyed Whitaker. The one-eyed Whitaker. This is the guy that needs to be deported back to Ukraine. Artem Pizdets.
Two moments.
Wait a minute, Mo. Wait.
The people around him.
Not done yet.
The guy is he's invincible.
He's invincible.
And he's always around. He's doing coverage. Whenever there's a watch event like London Watch Show or something, it's almost 24/7. The guy practically films his life. I don't know how he does it, to be honest.
Day in a life. Hey, there's a lot of day in the life going on. I mean, there's actually a lot of people transitioning from the real world into the virtual world, making the virtual world their real world.
But if you're into that kind of thing, you want to know what's going on.
I feel the scratch and I'm going to get back to the original shape.
Oh, what is this? Hang on. Oh, this is this is the Santos Galbay with the watch we were talking about the other day. What is this? Hang on a second. What is this? What are we doing here?
Frollo opened his first jewelry shop at the Ponte della Prada. Today, when Tommaso and his father at the Joalleria Frollo in Venice.
So this dude here was when O'Sheen started his premium tour guide business through Barossa. This was his first customer. Was this guy here, Shren?
Oh shit! So some guy paid the Grifter of Venice for a tour guide.
Tell me a little bit about your story.
So there he is. That's the guy.
That's what I'm talking about, Buckley. Wait, it's
I
not
had a
done yet. Hold on.
conversation with this guy.
All right, Buckley. So you're telling me there's a special O'Sheen shelf
No. So there's a glass case. in the
Okay. All
door.
right. So there's a special glass case. All right. Let's see if this looks familiar. Hang on. Let's walk through this. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves.
He's born in 1910 by my great-great-grandfather was the starter. He was born in 1880 in Buran. Started as a fisherman, then fish seller, then gondolier. And after the gondolier, he opened the first jewelry shop that has been transformed in a jewelry and was shot by my father in 1990.
So why do I have a feeling that the kid is responsible for hooking up social media dragon with his old man, the watch guy?
Well, I started working here when I was 15 because my older brother was started polishing the watches. He's 4 years older than me. And so I started working here at the machine.
Yes, what do you do? You're
Now there are 9 years that I'm polishing watches. But we are commercial. Me and my father, we buy and sell watches since the 90s.
okay. So you buy watches and then you make a service on them.
Okay, so the guy with the man bun. Okay, so the guy with the man bun, that's Oisin's, that's the Grifter Venice's customer. So this is a guy with a man bun. I guess he's Swedish, right? Yeah, you know the Swedes, they got interesting sense of style, right? He's got the guy, that's the guy that pays the Grifter Venice for a tour of Venice.
Every time we buy a watch, we give it to our laboratory that has the high certification by Omega, and we sell it with obviously on warranty around the world.
What kind of pieces do you have here today?
This morning came the stay data, which we restored the bracelet entirely. Here, there's no polishing on the case, so I do the
So I mean, this is kind of nice. I mean, when you need to do some video content of a watch, I mean, you could always go over here, see your buddy Luigi. Say, hey, Luigi, how about I borrow one of your watches and put it on the ground, put it on the water in a puddle?
case. This is another
Oh,
from
that's right.
1987, or this is from 1983. Okay. So it's the transition of date. The bracelet is this one. This is a more beautiful work because it's with laser. I feel it a scratch and I'm gonna get back the original.
Oh, look at the Santos.
Show us all the watches.
See, something. This is one. This one, my father bought it last week.
Shit.
It's an aftermarket. I need to make a bezel. It's a fun watch. Mine is full of the set of watches that are super flashy.
Man, so they aftermarket bezel, so they got a little Frankenstein going on.
Okay.
Maybe this is like 47th Street, but in Venice.
Yeah, exactly.
You should wear it on the Saturday night.
Perfect.
Have an 80 there. Looks nice.
This one also.
Oh my god. Oh my god. See? I'm telling you.
You're a bad man, Buckley. You're a bad man. I'm expecting an incoming copyright strike very soon.
See? That's funny as hell.
Have an 80 there. Looks nice.
This one also owned it before.
Before.
In Italy, we call it gomino.
Okay. So this is where the Grifter Venice basically pawns his watches, right? This is where he pawns off his watches to pay the rent. He goes to this place, and that's the watch. That's one of the Grifter's watches. And I guess he brings this guy. Look at this is a circular grift. So he pawns the watch there. He gives him a consignment or whatever, and then he gets this guy from Sweden who comes in for a tour. He gives this guy money, and he gets taken to the shop to be sold a watch. The Grifter's watch.
Ocean gave him the white strap, or you think he did the blue light special and put it in the pouch?
Well, nothing. No. He's not giving nothing away. All right, it's the watch plus the strap is for sale. So if you want the extra strap, nothing's free.
It's Brody. It's gone.
It gone.
Hey, you talk about some great crowdsourcing. Thank God that Buckley shed a light on it. We never knew that this story had a special Ocean shelf.
I really love it.
How much are you asking for that one?
This is around 20,000.
Oh, okay. They got a special. Okay, so basically, anybody who goes for the Grifter Venice tour, they get taken to the shop, and basically, so this guy's got a special shelf just for the Grifter Venice's watches, right? The Frolos, all the other garbage is all there. Hang on a second. Let's pop this.
Love that Omega there. At the yellow dye.
Oh no.
We are bringing together the most talented and innovative watchmakers from Scandinavia to showcase their unique timepieces and share their style.
Actual his own. I don't know what this is.
They would have been just as functional if it was just a building with a door, if those windows were just square. But would it be the same?
Yeah, but that's the way they made shit 200 years ago, pal.
You know, an Apple Watch is more than enough watch for most
not an
people.
Apple Watch.
Tells the time extremely accurately. And there's all sorts of other things. But it's not just about function, is it? In fact, the first Apple Watches that came out included a gold one. Remember that? They got rid of it, nobody was buying it.
All right. So that was the origin stories. Now you know why Tim is so starstruck. Now let me ask you, Mo, where do we go now? Do we continue with Pillow One? We got every watch that Ocean's ever purchased. It is a
okay. This is the review. This is the review. Every watch.
Or do we go right into Will You Be My Valentine?
Far from their clean designs. They aren't a brand that's gonna go way out there with crazy design. Now,
okay, hang on. Okay, so back to this guy. This is the what do you call it? This is the guy that's getting groomed now. Hang on a second. Oh shit, this guy's he's doing like a video just like the Grifter Venice. Hang on a second. He's on the beach somewhere. The camera's following him. He's telling a story. This is a son of Oisin.
What do you think, Mo? It starts off pretty good. Huh? We got
Pretty
water.
good. He's got water. Yeah, I like it so far.
Little techno.
Okay. Oh, Milgauss, the watch with a green crystal. This actually sounds like a Grifter of Venice. This sounds like one of his titles. I mean, this guy's basically copying the Grifter of Venice.
Okay.
Wait, this guy has got to be something to play with, right?
Okay, there we go.
We've seen this before. We've
Yep,
seen
he's got the shot on the watches on the ground, and yeah,
and he took the time to put green crystals next to the watch.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Oh yeah. So basically, this Negroni guy. He's basically copying the aesthetic, the vibe of the Grifter Venice here. Shots of the ocean. What does that do? Whatever. It's just I would have maybe the hand is moving. This is again typical ocean. So pretty much, you see, this is like standard. This is what I call standard, like C-list Hollywood stuff, right? Like basically a guy who's like working in Porn Valley, like a Keslowitz type of guy. This is the type of thing they're expected to do. Stuff that's a lot of exposition, right? It doesn't move a story forward. It's just mental masturbation. Like this is basic, film school 101. Like this is like, your average film student. This is what they do. Like this is like crap.
I would maybe put some random B-roll.
Now, believe me, I'm not doing this. This is not what I do. It takes time to do this, right? But this is like garbage. It's like it's nonsense.
And at that time, like right in between that scene to this scene, maybe just like people walking around in like the city of New York or something, just random
bikini, G-string. I mean, maybe we don't necessarily need a gondola, but a kayak would have been nice.
Exactly.
Ooh, waves going backwards.
Whoa.
We've never seen anything going backwards on fucking Ush's channel. I like this. This is creative, man.
He's a trendsetter, man. He's a trendsetter.
Yep.
You get the flannel. Okay, look, shit. This guy's got to be a bartender. I mean, this is like typical hipster bartender stuff, right? The flannel, the fucking tattoos, the random tattoos. You got the basic bitch Rolex, all steel. I mean,
already liking this. Right off the get-go, a hand tattoo. I got him. You got to love the hand tattoos. And he's got the red Sluggo flannel shirt. I like this already. I'm sold.
Oh, signature shot right there. I'm sold. Signature shot. Just a little bit more random B-roll, and he's got a hit.
Fuck, man. This is just the landscaping around the watch. I mean, this is nice. See, I don't like it when it's laying on cobblestone.
Christopher presents. Oh, see this guy. Yeah, this guy. Oh, presents. This is a auteur. He's an auteur. This is like the Bernardo Bertolucci of horology over here.
This I like.
Decades of
and look at he's got the titles coming in too. Rolex Milgauss.
crashing, rolling, resulting in a beautiful phenomenon.
Soothing voice.
Mother Nature turning what was once a site for discarded belongings into a wonderful second chance, a glimmering view, a crisp destination.
Yeah,
a beach filled with glass.
This guy's trying too hard. I mean, no, he's trying too hard. See, look, the Grifter of Venice, he's a really good storyteller. I mean, it's all bullshit, whatever, but but at least he's like a B-list storyteller. This guy, this guy doesn't know how to tell. I mean, this is just a hack. This is a fucking hack.
Glass.
Fuck, on top of it, he's a good-looking kid, man. Look at this guy. Jesus Christ. What a Valentine's date this guy would make. Look at this guy.
Glass Beach. What up, YouTube? Negroni back here on location in Fort Bragg, California.
The name. I mean, O'Malley as opposed to Negroni. I mean, he's Italian on top of it. I mean, what's there not to like?
That's Curly's type. That's Curly's type. Just imagine this guy in a leather chaps, assless leather chaps, on the back of Curly's Harley Davidson, riding off into the sunset to go on a camping trip,
At what is known as Glass Beach. I'm here today to show you
fishing trip.
Very special watch.
Glass Beach.
And it always seemed right.
Fuck, he even went to a proper beach to tie it all in, because what's the Milgauss famous for? The glass, the crystal.
To pick an equally special location. In my opinion, this is the most underrated watch in Rolex's catalog. We're talking about the infamous Rolex Milgauss.
All right, Mo, I did a little research. Now, the Milgauss was discontinued 2 years ago.
Correct.
And it is holding its price very, very well. And it is a pretty mass-produced.
There's a lot of different. There's a few variations. White dot.
I actually like the Milgauss. I mean, I like the concept of the Milgauss. I actually think it's a cool watch. It's just a little too thick. But it's an interesting watch. I mean, it's just the problem is like, what do you use it for? What do you use it for? It's too thick because it's got that bullshit anti-magnetic thing, which is useless. But I like the green glass, actually. I do like the green glass. I like the Thunderbolt secondhand, which is cool. It has some interesting elements. It really does.
Styles, got the black one.
Z-Blue, only Z-Blue.
Yeah, Z-Blue is the best looking one. But also, actually, believe it or not, the white one is actually really nice too. The white with the orange indices, very nice.
White with the about that. Hey, what do you think about that, Buckley? You think Negroni's ever going to review the Donald Trump watch?
Now, the first thing you're gonna notice is the
Can you imagine Ush doing
glass.
that move?
It's the reason I'm here.
Oh, so that's the whole reason he found this beach was because of all the green. Okay.
And to me, I think it's a standout for this watch. Against that matte black dial, the contrast with that green crystal, magnificent.
Oh, wait a minute. This is not the Z Blue then.
No.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, that's the end of that one. All right. Let's see who else he influenced. Has Ush? Okay, so that was 2.5 years ago. Let's see who he's influenced lately.
Hey.
We played a little
Oh, this is what are they called? They call her a chandelier.
It's never too cringe to
What
play
is her,
twice.
what the fuck is her name? Okay, so this is interesting. So this is part of the O'Malley axis of Chomo. Actually, no, his axis is not the Chomo axis. It's the grifter, the axis of grift. It's got him. It's got that drunken bartender, Kennedy, and it's got this broad who's like, you know the thing about her, which is very, it's weird because I don't know how she fits into this, right? Like, yeah, she's like a good-looking girl, but she's got this like very prissy, like very, very, very pretentious. The whole vibe. It's very try hard. It's like very, very try hard. Like she's like trying to be, I don't know what she's going for, like some sort of. Is she like trying to get simps? Is she trying to do like an OnlyFans thing? I think she's married, or she's trying to do some sort of like, what do they call it? The trad wife, like some sort of Republican trad wife thing, or she's trying to every different angle, right? Something what I don't understand is what is she doing with her lips? This is the thing, because there's two things that bother me, frankly. The makeup, there's a little bit too much makeup because she's naturally good looking, but the makeup is like very trashy. It's kind of like a stripper, sort of like basically like a hooker type of makeup, like something with the lips. I'm not sure how to explain it. Is she putting on too much? Something the wrong color? Something with the lipstick is wrong, right? The lipstick is kind of fucked up. And then she's got this like kind of cheap interior. She's got some nonsense in the background. And she comes across like she's a very sophisticated, aristocrat, whatever. It's all like very low budget trailer park stuff, like from Seattle or Pacific North. She's basically Pacific Northwest trailer trash, basically is what she is, with this pretense of some sort of, Vogue or Town Country,
What do you think about that? Hey, what do you think about that, Buckley? You think Negroni's ever going to review the Donald Trump watch?
Oh, I mean,
she needs to get rid of the lipstick. Something is without lipstick is wrong. Because naturally she's like I would say she's like a 6.5, 7. I mean, she's a good looking girl.
I want to see more. What are we doing here?
She's got to get rid of the makeup is very trashy.
Dude, I mean, come on. This is a
and also she's got to get rid of this the grifter Venice. I mean, I don't know what she's doing with this guy with the whole is she trying to leech off him? Listen, everybody's trying to steal leads, right? Is she trying to leech off him to steal leads for sponsors or this or that? I don't understand her content. Like, it's pretty much unwatchable. Maybe I'm not the demographic. I don't know if she's trying to reach like a Gen Z demographic, a female demographic. Her personality is very dull. It's actually it's kind of what is it? I think she comes across prissy, pretentious. It's wrong. It's not like what the internet wants. What the internet, she's not like a fun personality, right? This is what the internet wants, right? Like Don Corleone is a fun personality. If you look at Blondie is a fun personality. Blondie is a moneymaker, right? Blondie could do great on the strems. Obviously she's got some issues, the Blondie. I thought so much of Blondie, I was willing to hire her. I made an offer to Blondie. I was willing to pay her big money to host the channel. Like, I don't want to do these type of shows. Blondie has a great Blondie's probably, I would rank Blondie of all the Strems. She's up there with Curly. I think she's actually better because no, she's got an edge. She's got an edge because her edge is, listen, she's good looking. For she's what is she's probably early 40s, right? But she's got a good look. And she's got the camera set up where she's showing the cleavage and she's doing the whole thing, right? She knows what she's doing, right? And she's got a very good personality. Her personality, she's got like a fun personality. She's got a sense of humor. She knows how to keep the flow going. It's not easy doing these live streams, right? Shit, it's not. She's great. I would love to hire Blondie. Listen, I'd pay Blondie in gin. I'd pay her like a case of gin a week if she did this stream. I'd give her a case of Beefeater a week.
The new, Ush protege. Isn't that amazing that his #1 video is the Donald Trump watch, and now his #1.
I don't think so, dude.
Well, something weird happened because remember he said that he met Carissa in Florida, but there's no video footage at all, zero, like none. And then something was going on. I never found out what the Carissa scandal was. Remember he said there was some kind of scandal with replica watches or some shit. I don't know. I don't commercial, bro, him. The two-tone one because I gotta have a. Blue's not my. I hate to tell you, but blue's not my color. Even though
no. But I'm just saying, if you get the black dial instead of the blue dial.
Oh, you got the other Bukyak. You got who's the Bukyak? That's what's his name? What the hell's his name? Buckley Bukyak. Tim G. VIP. Yeah.
You get back in his good graces, my friend. Come on. Oh, Tim, you want to hear a reflection?
That's my chandelier.
Blue, baby.
Look at
I
that,
have a
baby.
child on the way. I'm taking, so it's
For real? Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, congrats.
So it's over for me, fellas. No more
Okay,
watching.
so look what she's doing. By the way, this is a very good camera shot, right? Look what she's doing. She's doing the simp shot, right? She's doing the simp shot where she's doing, right? Look at this. This is actually great camera work. This is smart. I give this an A+. So she's okay, like instead of just showing the watch like a normal person, right? Look, she's she knows what listen, she knows she's making, what it is. The thing that's annoying about this bitch is she's got this thing where, listen, she knows she's good looking, right? And people are looking because that's all she's got to offer, right? But if you say, but if you make a comment about the looks and they say, oh, you're being sexist. Look what she's doing. She instead of showing the watch, she's bringing up the watch to her face. So that brings the focus to her face, the watch. And actually, it's very smart because I think are her eyes blue because the watch is blue. So it's look at the lighting, the gold of the watch, the blue. She's got blonde hair, the blue eyes. It's a great look. Look at this.
And celebrate the birth of your kid, his first birthday. Those are watch buying events.
I think
men have baby showers too.
Better than
listen on a different topic.
It's not a high quality production, but the camera setup, this is great.
Went to one of these fucking Jack and Jill ones not too long ago, and I wanted to blow my brains out.
Trump.
This piece is currently sold out on it.
Look at this. I mean, this is like a porn vibe, right? She's putting the watch. What does the watch have to do with her face, right? Like she doesn't need. I mean, she doesn't need to show the watch next to her. Because listen, she's making the most of her assets. She's working it, right?
Oh shit! It's sold out. You got to get out the AD's list.
If it's over retail, Boston Collector wants it.
There were only 500 made of these, so
look at this. Look at this. This is smart. This is smart. This is one of the best camera angles I've seen on a stream. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, this is like a classic porn. This is like QVC porn type of vibe, right? QVC porn right here. She's got the watch. Look at me. Look at me. Look at the. That's good marketing. Listen, if I was directing like a QVC shoot, I would do it like this. I don't know. Actually, I wouldn't think of it but this is smart. This is actually really smart. This is really good marketing. This is a great camera setup.
59 lucky winners are. This piece has a 42mm case and it's
big
stainless
watch.
steel with plated.
I mean, what the fuck is she talking? There's a random. The problem with some of these people is like they're like retarded. What I don't understand is I think she's less retarded than that Watch Gringo, whatever her name is, who's like retarded looking and sounds. I mean, like, how does she have like 100,000 subscriptions? She gets massive views. The Watch Gringa, whatever they call it, Watch Gringa. Is she Canadian or retarded or both? I don't know what's wrong with her, but she gets huge views for very dull content. How come this one is not getting big views? Because this one is better looking. Maybe her person. I think something is wrong with her personality. I think that's what it is. I think her personality is just off-putting to the internet. I think that's what's going on. It gives off like that prissy type of vibe. I think she's going to appeal to like a niche market.
Gold.
Ooh. You could never tell.
A niche simp market.
Gold. In a million years, I couldn't tell.
Something
Yeah. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Look how big that thing is.
Steel with plated gold.
Wait a minute. Is this an automatic watch, or is this? I mean, why would it be so thick if it's a battery operated watch?
But, I mean, look. I mean, she's trying. Look. She's trying really hard. She's trying really hard to be the star of the video. Where the watch is supposed to be the star of the video. It's about the watch, right? But she's putting her face into it because, like, hey, frankly, the watch is a piece of shit anyway. I mean, the watch is a piece of shit. But she's better looking than the watch, right? I mean, I'd rather look at her than the watch. The only problem is she's got that kind of sour personality. Like, like this chick is like would be horrible in bed, like just disgusting, like terrible. She'd like, it'd be just a nightmare. She's basically would be like unfuckable. It's like you want to look at her, but you kind of don't want to fuck her.
The actual yellow gold. It's very good. It's very good. According to my friend, he's looking to replace the bracelet here.
All right, wait. Who's the friend?
Ooh, it's definitely not O'Sheen. I'll tell you that much.
The funny thing is, he doesn't promote her channel like hardly ever. I mean, if she did this, he should be promoting this. I mean, he got like 1,400,000 hits on his Trump view.
Did he ever? I thought he mentioned it once.
There's too much. Yes, she's got to get. Listen. If I were to be the consultant, I would say she's got to get like a makeup help. Something is wrong with the makeup here. There is something wrong. I don't know what it is, but something either it's too heavy or something is wrong.
That she actually did a Trump watch review.
Was it on his channel or
listen, I spoke with her a few times on the stream, and I was certain that she was a Republican.
Done so many times that it's a
Again, why is she putting her face next to this? Is just listen. Can you imagine the grifter of Venice putting his face, next to the watch, or Archie Luxury putting his face in that? Actually, I have seen Archie do. Okay, that's the thing. But nobody puts their face next to the watch, right? Because the watch is the star of the show. But she's saying she's more important than the watch. I think that is the premise of the video setup. That's the premise, which is, I don't know. I think that's something is wrong with her like channel or the whole vibe or whatever it is. And that's why, she's not being successful like these other grifters are. I mean, Jenny L, who's like a 4. You got the Watch Gringo, who's a 3.
Say like this is a collection. It's just inventory. This fucking she bit something off.
She bit a chunk of his arm off, and I was literally looking down at the wood floor with a piece of my flesh laying there. And that's when I decided. There it is. There it is. The one in the window he fell in love with.
All right, okay, so we got what do you call it? The Grifter of Venice collection. Okay, this is all right. This is what are we doing here? All right, we only got one super chat. Fuck it. All right, we're gonna end the stream unless we get fuck it. We'll just end the stream.